From Mansfield, team number 1. Mansfield. From Conneaut, team number 2. Conneaut. And from Pepper Pike, team number 3.
Academic Challenge. Brought to you by Ohio Edison and by the Illuminating Company. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Don Webster.
Hi, how you doing? Eric, how are you? Nice to see you. How are you? Thank you very much, Paul King. Hi, everybody. It's time now to play Academic Challenge, so let's get all 3 teams in action with our opening 60-second lightning round. Questions are in the same category. For every correct answer, you will earn 10 points for your team. There are no penalties for incorrect replies. We're going to list some natural and man-made wonders that you might see on a trip around the world. Please name the country in which each attraction is located. Fingers on the buzzers, eyes on the monitor, and here is number 1. Orange.
Italy.
That's right. And how about Stonehenge? Orange?
England.
Right. And Diamond Head, Conneaut.
United States.
What's that?
United States.
Okay. Taj Mahal, orange?
India.
Right. The Blarney Stone, Mansfield's light is on.
Ireland.
Right. The Tivoli Gardens, orange.
Italy.
No, Denmark. Mount Etna, Conneaut.
Greece.
No, Italy. Brandenburg Gate, orange.
Germany.
Germany. The Great Barrier Reef, orange.
Australia.
Okay. The Parthenon, orange.
Italy. Italy.
I heard 3 or 4 answers. Give me 1.
Greece.
Greece. Okay. Angel Falls, Mansfield.
Africa.
Venezuela. And Alhambra. Conneaut?
Spain.
Spain is right, and that's the end of the round.
Students appearing on tonight's show win book prizes for their school libraries courtesy of Gildenmeister Herman Booksellers at Shaker Square. These books will be awarded to tonight's schools. Final scores will determine the selections to be awarded. Recognized as specialists in the world of reference books with hundreds of titles in the arts and sciences, Gildenmeister Herman Booksellers are located at 13214 Shaker Square in Cleveland. Open Monday through Friday until 9 p.m. and Sunday till 5. The casual and the intellectual reader are invited to browse in a friendly atmosphere. In addition to book prizes, each contestant and alternate in today's game will receive a photograph of their team as they appear on the show, and also a special Academic Challenge t-shirt.
Okay, Paul, and now just a quick minute to relax, and I'd like to remind our audience that Academic Challenge is just a game of quick recall, not necessarily a true test of intelligence. Now, let's meet tonight's challengers as we check their team scores, and first of all, from Mansfield, opening with 10 points, the team.
Kevin Foster, Senior, President of the Red Cross.
Jerry Flagger, Senior, Student Government President.
Jeff Krogan, Junior, Treasurer of Student Government.
And alternate Melissa Miller, and an English teacher and 7-year advisor, Renee Pappenhausen. Nice to see you back, Renee. And with 20 points, the team from Conneaut.
Rick Higley, Senior, Varsity Football Team.
Eric Dratwa, Senior, National Merit Semifinalist.
Kathy Barch, Senior, National Honor Society.
And alternates, Roberta Puffer and Lawrence Beestrom, and a first-year advisor and teacher of history and sociology, Charles Gockel. Nice to see you. And they are opening with 60 points, the team from Orange.
Mike Marks, Senior, lead trumpet in the band.
Bob Renner, Senior, National Merit Semifinalist.
Rick Moore, Senior, National Merit Semifinalist.
And alternates, Mike Cease and Robert Craig, and a teacher of art and 4-year advisor, Alan Larson. Nice to have you back here. We'll be right back after a word from the Energy Makers.
I have a great deal of...
And I said that the answer was Denmark, which of course is correct, and we have since learned that there are indeed other Tivoli Gardens just outside of Rome, and Rick Moore from Orange said Italy, so we will accept that too and add another 10 points. Okay, team members, listen closely now as Paul explains the rules for round number 2.
Teams have 75 seconds to answer 10 questions worth 10 points apiece. Answering all 10 correctly adds 50 bonus points.
And we come back now to Eric for the pick. Eric?
Number 1, please, Don.
All right, 1 it is. And round number 2 now getting underway to Mansfield. There we go. Even Americans with bad memories remember the Alamo and what a Hawaiian harbor attacked in 1941. Right. Though they didn't tiptoe through the tulips, the Pilgrims did go to what European country noted for these flowers before sailing to America?
Holland.
All right. Abe Lincoln wore a stovepipe hat, but a tin pot from an actual stove was the odd headgear worn by what orchard-planting American folk hero?
Johnny Appleseed.
All right, check your monitor now. And on the monitor, if side A equals 10 and side B equals 24, what is the area of this right triangle?
120.
That's it. Before the Emancipation Proclamation, blacks could not obtain what government grants for exclusive rights to their inventions?
Patents.
Sherlock Holmes' assistant was Dr. Watson, but his Baker Street home was kept up by what housekeeper sharing the name of a New York river?
Hudson.
Fats and oils are among the most important of the natural form of which type of compound? Ketones, esters, or aldehydes?
Ketones.
No, esters. What is the average of 10, 17, and 21?
16.
That's it. Greece's George Seferis translated into his language the work of what other Nobel Prize poet who actually used Greek in a celebrated work, The Wasteland?
Pass.
All right, T.S. Eliot. John F. Kennedy was our first Roman Catholic president, but what New Yorker would have held this distinction had he defeated Hoover? You can give it a try if you like. There's no penalty. Don't want to give it a shot? All right, Al Smith was the one we were looking for. That's the end of the round now. Round number 2 for Mansfield. And we come now over to team number 3 and Bob Renner from Orange to make a pick.
Number 2, please.
All righty, 2 it is. And of course, we're still with round number 2, and our questions now in round 2 are coming back to Conneaut. Okay, Conneaut. The peacock is a very proud bird, but what other majestic member of the animal kingdom lives in a family unit called a pride?
Lion.
All right, in one Edgar Allan Poe story, a murderer is driven to confess by the ticking of a watch, a sound which he thought was the beating of what telltale human organ?
Heart.
Ancient Greek theaters needed no makeup personnel because the actors used what kind of face covering whose Latin name is persona?
Pass.
Just a mask. All right, check your monitor now. Using only a positive exponent, give an equivalent expression for the one on the monitor.
1 over AB squared.
No, A over B squared. If Johnny fell down and broke his leg, which one of the following bones might be affected? Femur, radius, or ulna?
Femur.
Right? While a fraternity links brothers on a college campus, the motto of France links fraternity with liberty and what other conditions?
Equality.
All right. Harvey Firestone's business really got bouncy when he planted 60,000 rubber trees in what African country originally founded by American blacks?
Kenya.
Liberia. The altitude of the base of an equilateral triangle is 8 inches. The perimeter is 30 inches. What is the area of the triangle?
Pass.
All right, that's 40 square inches. If he wanted to abdicate as governor of Barataria and return to his old employer, which Spanish squire might hop on Dapple and ride to Don Quixote's home?
Pancho Sanchez.
No, I can't take it. It had to be, you knew it, but it didn't come out properly. Sancho Panza was who we were looking for. That's the end of the round now for Conneaut. Okay, let's come back now to Jerry and the pick for Orange.
Number 4, please.
Number 4, okay. And we're still with round number 2. And it is Orange's turn now from Pepper Pike to pick up some points. John Steinbeck wrote Travels with Charlie, but The Wizard of Oz might be subtitled Travels with What Little Dog Belonging to Dorothy.
Toto.
The Roundheads and Cavaliers fought it out in Britain, but the Hats and the Caps were rival political factions in what Scandinavian country located between Norway and Finland?
Sweden.
Right. Casting about for a name for a new seafood restaurant, you might select what name, which means the kitchen of a ship?
Galley.
Right. Now, check your monitor. Which one of the numbers shown on the monitor is real and rational?
Radical 9.
That's it. When a great deal of local prejudice surrounds a criminal trial, does a defense lawyer often ask a judge for the power of subpoena, a change of venue, or a bill of attainder?
Change of venue.
Right. A botanist studying plant life in the desert might start for the Sahara, then go to what desert in Central Asia that stretches for 1,500 miles? Right. The fact that the soot from a candle flame is almost pure carbon indicates that paraffin is in what class of compounds along with gasoline? Proteins?
Hydrocarbon.
That's right. A cube has a volume of 27 cubic inches. What is the area of one of its faces?
9.
Right. In the movies, Bob Hope and Bing Crosby took many roads, but what famous New England poet wrote about the road not taken?
Pass.
That's Robert Frost. In the bitter time before the Civil War, Southern Congressman Bully Brooks physically attacked what abolitionist...
Charles Sumner.
Charles Sumner is correct. Right into the buzzer, and that's the end of the round now for Orange. We'll have more in a minute after this report from Ohio Edison and the Illuminating Company. after all, here's Paul again with the rules.
In the next 90 seconds, all three teams will compete simultaneously in a visual free-for-all. The first team ringing the bell when a question is asked will be recognized. The right answer gets your team 10 points, but we'll take away 10 for incorrect answers or failure to reply.
Okay, fingers on the buzzers, everybody. Check your monitor. Here we go. The Bible doesn't say whether Samson, in pulling down the temple as shown, managed to kill the Philistine woman who had short-circuited his strength by cutting his hair. Who was she? Mansfield, all right.
Delilah.
Delilah, right. This tomb painting from ancient Egypt shows a man praying to Horus, a god with the head of what bird of prey often trained for hunting? Orange?
Hawk.
Right, or falcon. On your monitor, you see a painting depicting the birth of Alexander the Great, who became king of what ancient country north of Greece on the death of his father, Philip II? Orange?
Macedonia.
All right. By rearranging letters, you could replace a species of duck with what one-word type of ringing percussion instrument named for a three-sided figure? Conneaut.
Triangle.
Right. Although this painting by Simon Martini was done in Italy, it is today in the collection of what largest art museum in France? A gallery that was Mansfield?
Louvre.
Right. Brown and white concentric bands distinguish this example of mineral onyx found in what largest country of South America? Orange.
Brazil.
Okay. On your monitor, you see a sculpture of the death of Laocoon, whose tragic story is told by Virgil in what epic poem? Conneaut.
Odyssey.
No, the Aeneid. Next, you see the flag of El Salvador, the only Central American country whose coastline is limited to what ocean? Conneaut?
Atlantic.
Pacific Ocean. The picture on your monitor now shows the French army defeating infantry fighting for what ruling house of Austria? Orange?
Habsburg.
This harassed-looking fellow is Zipe Totec, the Aztec god associated with what season that begins with a vernal equinox? Mansfield?
Spring.
Spring is right. There's the buzzer. That's the end of the round. Coming up, a look at tonight's schools right after we hear from our sponsors, the Illuminating Company in Ohio Edison. Mansfield Senior High School is one of the two high schools in this city of 55,000 persons. The school's enrollment exceeds 1,200 students who may take part in academic, vocational, or general courses. There's also a wide variety of extracurricular activities from athletics to dramatics and music. Located in eastern Ashtabula County near the Pennsylvania state line, Conneaut High School began in 1921 as Conneaut Academy with grades 1 through 12. The modern Conneaut High School was born in 1964 following a merger with another local school. Conneaut presently has 750 students in the top 3 grades. The faculty numbers 35 and is directed by Principal Harold M. Ladner. Conneaut endeavors to prepare its students for futures ranging from college studies to careers in business and skilled trades. Orange High School, located on a 200-acre campus in Pepper Pike, serves that community, plus Orange, Woodmere, Moreland Hills, and Hunting Valley. Founded in 1922, the school has 800 students in the top 4 grades and a faculty of 57. The present facilities were dedicated in 1973. The curriculum is basically college preparatory, but also strong in vocational and commercial subjects.
While we're recapping team scores on your screen, here are the rules for this individual team round. Teams now get 20 points for every correct answer, but we'll take away 20 points for incorrect answers, and past questions will lose 10 points. With 90 seconds to answer 10 questions correctly, teams have a chance to pick up 50 bonus points.
Okay, Paul, and let's go back now to Eric and another pick. Eric?
Number 7, Don.
All righty, 7 it is now. And our question's going to Mansfield. The name Sweet Singer of Israel doesn't refer to a Tel Aviv pop star, but to what biblical king noted for his psalms and his slingshot?
David.
Reese McDonald of Natchez, Mississippi was actually the first to make what sort of curved-bladed knife named for an adventurer who died at the Alamo?
Jim Bowie.
Bowie knife. According to Shakespeare's Mark Antony, the good that men do is oft interred with what bodily parts that include the patella and scapula?
Cranium.
Bones. All right, listen to this music. This is I've Done Everything for You, performed by what pop singer and actor whose recent hit song was Jessie's Girl?
Rick Springfield.
That's it. Most early explorers were searching for land, but Captain Cook was once sent on an expedition to plot the transit of what planet located between us and Mercury?
Venus.
Right. Well, the opposition did not use the word rotten. It did cry foul over what political patronage system set up by presidential victor Andrew Jackson?
Pass.
All right. Electrical resistance is measured in which of the following units? Volts, amperes, or ohms?
Amperes.
Ohms. How many degrees is the arc described by the minute hand of the clock in traveling 10 minutes?
60.
That's it. Apparently, an early proponent of overkill, young Laertes foils Hamlet in more than one way when he poisons the prince with what deadly weapon?
Pass.
Pass? All right, there's the end of the round. We have 2 pass questions. Conneaut.
Spoil system.
Spoil system, right? And Orange, did you have your light on? Did you want to answer?
For the first one, but not for the second.
Oh, okay, not for the second one. Okay, what we were looking for there was a poisoned sword, and that's the end of the round now for Mansfield. 150 points. We come back now to Bob from Orange to pick for Conneaut.
Number 5, please.
Okay. Conneaut, a chance to pick up some points here now. On the same day the Minutemen met the British at Concord Bridge, what patriot whose ride had warned them of the approaching British was captured?
Paul Revere.
The first American flag contained 13 stars, a distinction held even today by the flag of what smallest state?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. If you were a victim of aquaphobia, which of the following birthday presents would you least enjoy? A surfboard, golf clubs, or a tennis racket?
Surfboard.
Right? Now listen to this. We're now awash in Seaside Vibes, a song from what group whose name identifies a small building block usually made of baked clay? The group's earlier songs include Doozy. Brick. Astronomers give the name Trojans to a group of asteroids sharing the orbit of what planet, named for the chief Roman god?
Jupiter.
What was it?
Jupiter.
Yes. When Henry VIII addressed his first and last wives, he presumably used what same given name that Petruchio used as he tamed a Shakespearean shrew?
Catherine.
Yes. What is the weight in grams of 1 liter of water under standard conditions? 10, 100, or 1,000?
10.
1,000. 4 quarts equal 1 gallon in liquid measure. How many quarts are there to a peck in dry measure?
Pass.
All right. The Mae West movie I'm No Angel borrowed its title line from what Thackeray novel whose femme fatale is Becky Sharp?
Pass.
Okay. During the Second World War, the Army Chief of Staff was not Eisenhower, but what general whose name was later given to a European recovery plan?
Marshall.
That's it. We have 2 past questions now. Who would like to try? Mansfield or Orange? No takers? Okay, 1 we were looking for. How many quarts to a peck and dry measure? The answer is 8. And we were looking for Vanity Fair for the Becky Sharp question. That's the end of the round now for Conneaut with 170 points. We come back now to team number 1, and Jerry, pick for Orange.
Number 3, please.
Okay. All right, Orange, here we go. A politician sitting on the fence between the Buckeye and the Hoosier states would have 1 foot in Ohio, the other in what neighboring
Indiana.
state? Right? If you felt a person was expressing false sympathy, you might say he was crying what kind of tears, named for the animal which terrified Captain Cook?
Pass.
All right. If 4 instruments of an orchestra were to form a barbershop quartet, they might ask which of their colleagues to be the bass, the violin, the flute, or the tuba?
Tuba.
Okay, listen to this. This is Queen of Hearts, written by Hank DeVito, but here performed by what female
Juice
singer? What's that?
Juice Newt.
Right. A movie actor might hope to win an Oscar, but the Hugo Awards are given each year to writers in what field also plowed by Ray Bradbury?
Science fiction.
Right. Ice is a good refrigerant because it has a high specific heat, heat of fusion, or heat of vaporization.
Heat of fusion.
Right. The end of the Return of the Native is gloomy, but triumphant might describe the Return of the King, the final volume of what fantasy trilogy by J.R.R.
The
Tolkien?
Tolkien trilogy.
The what?
The Tolkien
Lord of the
trilogy.
Rings.
No, I'm sorry, the incorrect answer was first. The Lord of the Rings is correct. If an article costs $60 and sells for $80, what percent of the selling price is the profit?
25%.
I'm hearing more than one answer. I want one answer.
25%.
25.
25 is right. The mother of mischief is what one founding father called what Revenue Act of 1765 that led to the founding of Sam Adams' Sons of Liberty?
The Tangent